Welcome to round 10 of the Futsal Supa-Liga W8 here in Perth, Western Australia, coming to you live from the Subiaco Futsal Centre. I'm John Goodlich on commentary tonight for a big matchup as Stirling Braza Ginga take on the Condors. Both sides come in desperate to spark a turnaround. Braza sitting 10th out of 12th after a tough 4-1 loss to the West Coast Cobras last week, whilst the Condors remain at the foot of the table following a 6-3 defeat to Phoenix. Of course, the last times these two met, it was the Condors who walked away with a 4-1 win. All the ingredients here for a tense, high-energy contest, so let's get straight into it. Here are the starting lineups for both teams. So for Stirling, it's John Paul Page in goal, wearing the number 19. Alongside him, Bailey Pilton at the number 10. Struan Burnett, the number 6, Josh Ban, the number 11, and on the far side, it looks to be Fabio Cordova wearing the number 35 for the Condors. In net, it's Lauder Egevarth wearing the number 2. Alongside him, the number 13, Christian Gomez, the number 7, Sebastian Gatjens, the number 17, Felipe Vera, and on the far side, if I can just grab a glimpse of the number, it looks to be Alejandro Hernandez wearing the number 16 on the far side, starting for the Condors, who enjoy some early ball possession as Vera tries to flick that one into the centre, looking for Christian Gomez, but didn't come off on that occasion. It's John Paul Page, who's starting to bat. Now across to Burnett. And again, Stirling in desperate search of a win. It's been a couple months since their last victory, which came in round 2 against South Perth Alliance. The side that made it all the way to the semi-final last time around has not had the best start to the summer campaign, but a good opportunity to turn things around against the team occupying the relegation position in the Condors. For the Condors, well, a couple of good performances early on in the season, taking points off Perth United and defeating South Perth Alliance. Also, have followed a slump of defeats, a couple that they probably could have got more out of. A good performance last week against Phoenix, even though they did go down 6-3. And the week beforehand, they saw a 4-goal lead overturned against Aquam Eagles and actually went down 5-4 in the end. So they'll be looking to replicate the same performance they did last time around when they defeated Stirling 4-1 in the final round of the group stage in the MSL winter season a couple of months ago. Full complement of subs for the Condors. Stirling, so too, a couple less on the bench, but still have the 5 subs, so plenty of firepower, and both sides can argue they are at full strength, more or less. Wesley Vanegas coming off the bench for the Stirling side. He'll be the one that's going to look to make the impact. A very decorated player who's lit the league up over the past couple of seasons, and I believe due to work commitments of some sort, he usually doesn't make kickoff, but will arrive about halfway into the first half, and has proved time and time again that is exactly that spark that Stirling needs. Chance for Vera! Very nearly there for the Condors. Page relieved to watch it go wide. Only centimetres there away from the opener for the Condors talisman. It's Cordova to Ban. Now it's Bailey Pilton across to Burnett. Back to Pilton. Two of the better young players in the state, Bailey Pilton and Struan Burnett. And here's Burnett again, looks to thread the needle to Ban. In the centre, Gatjens has it for the Condors. Under pressure, knocks it back, Hernandez. Good ball to the wing. Gomez Driving forward well. Look to squeeze it into the path there, Gatjens. Counter-attack for Stirling. Hilton. Burnett's pass perhaps a little too heavy. Couldn't keep it in. First sub for the Condors. It's Christian Zuluaga replacing Felipe Vera. Upfield it comes to Ban. Now across to Cordova. Cordova brings it inside, still has it. Finds Ban once more. Cordova again. Cordova going for a run. Look to help it onto Burnett. Hilton. And the sideline ball going the way of those in blue. Hernandez looking to drive it into Zuluaga. Kick in infringement. We see possession change hands. Ball wasn't on the line there, and referee Poncelli is on the Condors case immediately, not letting him get away with it. Ball to Pilton. Now across to Josh Ban. Down the line for Burnett, who tried to take on Gatjens. It's Christian Castillo, recent transfer from Longobardo, who's getting ready to come on for those in blue. Stirling yet to make a substitution. Hilton to Burnett. Ban. First sub made for Stirling. It's Finlay Alexander, who comes back into the side after a couple of weeks out, but scoring the winner for the reserves last week sees him earn his call-up. Ban into the box, looking for Cordova. Juan Jaimez replaces Cordova on the Stirling touchline. Fernandez checks out. It's Castillo. He comes in. He looks to make an immediate impact. It turns possession over. All the crosses cut out well there by Christian Castillo. Castillo down the line for Zuluaga. Oh, that's a lovely ball. Gatjens! Big save from Page. He got the left boot down low to cover the bottom corner. Wanted to come for the Condors, who have had a promising start to the match. Probably the better start of the two sides, had the better of their chances. Zuluaga with another one. It was on target. Page palms it away with the right fist. Pilton looks to win it up high. Gomez will shoot it over the touchline. It's Claudio Campisano on now for the Condors. The big fixo wearing the number 14. Had a good game a fortnight ago against Aquam Eagles, where he netted an early brace and put the Condors up 2-0 before they did ultimately throw it away. Castillo looked to drive the ball inside the area. They'll get another side ball. Campisano didn't catch it well, but it fell to Vera. In fact, it was Zuluaga rather. Now Christian Gomez on the right wing, looks to square it to the back post. Alexander picks up. Now it's Jaimez for Josh Ban. Down the line, Escobar. Condors defend gallantly. It's Marin who comes on wearing the number 9 for the Condors. New signing that they've made this season, Juan Marin. Ban! Let's fly from range. But past the post, Ekevarth watched it wide. Lauder Ekevarth, long throw is good to Zuluaga, who's waiting for runners. Looked for Castillo. Condors will get the ball back here. Back it goes to Campisano. Good ball for Marin. Good touch, Marin. Looked to poke it beyond Page. He had other ideas. Short for Ban. We'll just walk it toward the halfway line. Now Escobar, former Condors player, turns it over, but wins it back. 3-on-2 for Stirling. Escobar looked for Ban. Pass was cut out. One up high. James. Real good chance here for Stirling, but James perhaps did a bit too much. He didn't. He got it across to Escobar, who nets against his former side. And Stirling, with their first shot on target, open the scoring. It's a massive goal for them in their pursuit to get out of the relegation zone and into the top 6. Condors still with a promising start to go, perhaps against the run of play, but when they're dealing with a dribbler the quality of Juan James, he is hard to stop, and he really did make that goal out of nothing. It looked like he was going nowhere. But he had other ideas, and Alexander's got a real chance here, and he's found the back of the net with a brilliant toe poke off the post and in. Stirling double the lead in 30 seconds. And Finlay Alexander, an immediate impact on his return to the side. And what a brilliant goal that was. 2 goals out of nothing for Stirling. Egevath couldn't do a thing about that one. Marin. Condors need to show resilience here. Marin looked to feed it into Zuluaga. Page. Short for Alexander. Now it's Escobar. Escobar's ball to Ban was loose. Side ball for the Condors. Left for Castillo, and that was dangerous, heading towards the back post, but Marin couldn't react in time to divert it goalwards. Page, brilliant throw, and an even better touch by Jaime. Stirling do well to now settle. It's Alexander for Ban, lovely pass, and Escobar in again, but this time Egevath tips it wide. Ban for the back post. It's a well-timed ball. James looked to find himself on the scorecard after setting up the earlier goal, but Egevath did enough to put him off. Castillo had a good game last week, but hasn't found the spark in this contest yet. Still early days though. He'll kick in for Zuluaga. You know what this man can do, one of the best players in the state league, Christian Zuluaga, but he was halted on that occasion and looks to be in quite a lot of pain. Perhaps a late challenge, but it doesn't look like the foul was called. This looks like the play's been halted for the injury and will restart with a drop ball. Comment any score predictions in the live chat. He's going to win this one, Stirling, up to an early 2-goal lead, but with the Condors having a few good chances in the opening couple of minutes, you can't rule them out yet. It's Vanegas who enters the court for his first minutes of the match as we tick just past 10 p.m. Josh Ban, the captain, making way to the bench. And the drop ball will be given to John Paul Page in the Stirling goal. Braza playing with the deep pivot at the moment. They've got Juan James up there for them, and Page looks for him. It's a good throw. James touch on this occasion wasn't as good though, but he's won it back. James looked to fire the diagonal ball to the back post where Escobar was. Trying to recreate that first goal. It didn't come off this time around. Vanegas. For Oslin Escobar, back to Vanegas, who's in a one-on-one situation with Castillo. He does well defensively. Quintero for Campusano. Ball to the wing, Marin. Throws underfoot there. Now for Alexander, down the line, Escobar. Alexander may have been on for the back roll. Escobar opted to try and cut it back instead. Marin hits the deck and will draw the free kick. Panselli reached for his pocket for a moment, but the cards are kept away for the time being. Castillo shoots from distance, takes a deflection. The Condors will have a sideline ball. Marin leaves for Campesano. Always off the line. Second kick-in infringement for the Condors. Not something they can afford. Juan Jaimez. For Escobar. Large South American contingent on the court for both sides. Condors, basically all South American players, but 3 of the 5 for Stirling are also at the moment. Vanegas for Alexander, chips it in, but only as far as Campesano. Strong on the challenge was Escobar, who's applying pressure now. Back to Castillo it went. Quintero, back to goal. Castillo loses out. Alexander. The referees have done well to allow play to continue there. I've seen fouls given for that, but it was shoulder to shoulder in my opinion. Acrobatic from Castillo, but only as far as Vanegas. Out wide for Alexander. Now back for Juan Jaimez. Jaimez, Alexander, Escobar. Alexander off to the bench. Pilton re-entering. Pilton. Vanegas, Pilton. Escobar, Pilton allowed to bring the ball forward. Good ball out wide. Vanegas down the line looking for Pilton. Ekevarth came off his line to collect it. Castillo, Quintero, back to Castillo. Down the line for Marin. Somehow still stays in play. Castillo, that's lovely footwork to beat Pilton. Escobar with good defensive aggression, blocking it with the sliding challenge. Gatien's back on for the Condors, replacing Christian Castillo. Vera on 2 also. Vera coming out on top in the 50-50, but Vanegas poking it out of play. Marin is replaced by the captain, Christian Gomez. Very good player, Christian Gomez. Great on the ball and has a decent left foot strike, but that time around wide of the target. Made his way up through the ranks in the Condors. Started off as captain of the Supa-Liga C-side a couple of seasons ago and is causing havoc in the C division every week, and earned his call up at the start of last summer season into the A side, and now 2 seasons later he dons the armband for them. Vera deflects over the top. Condors will have themselves a corner. Score prediction coming in 5-3 to Stirling. Could very well be on, as you do get the feeling that there are plenty more goals to come in the contest. Squared for Quintero, almost made its way to him where he would have been on for a free shot, but Cordova read the pass well. Gomez tried to help it onto Gatien's, but was on his non-preferred foot. Tried to use the Trivella to find him, but didn't quite come off. Vanegas under high pressure right at the back here. And it will be a turnover. Not sure what for. Maybe the ball wasn't on the line this time for Stirling. Condors, it's not on the line for them. They better not kick it in. Okay, they move the ball to the line and Quintero has a drive. Cordova Gomez coming out on top in the 50-50. Gatjens, great ball. Quintero, Ferrer. Looked to divert it beyond Page, but I think it was Vanegas there with the defensive intervention. 9 minutes left in this first half. 9 minutes 43 to be exact. Good set play, opens up for Quintero. Good block. Gomez going to struggle to keep it in. Yellow card coming out for Quintero. Didn't see what that one was for, but going to be walking a tightrope with still 31 minutes left in the contest. 29 minutes left in the contest, rather. Pilton across to Burnett. And out back for Fabio Cordova. Scored a brilliant goal against Cumbria in round 4. That's Fabio Cordova at his best, chipping over the top of Christian Rosano and what ended up being a 6-5 defeat. A game that many think Stirling could have won. They were up 5-2 at one stage. They haven't picked up a win since even before that game. So it's almost been 2 months that this Braza side have waited to taste victory, but they could very well do so today. The game has fallen in their favour thus far. 2-0 to the good. Condors, as we mentioned earlier, still very much not out of it though. And Vanegas for Pilton. It's a delightful 1-2. They go for one more with Cordova. He's got a real chance here. And just deflecting over the top. The block from Gatjens is applauded by his goalkeeper. And Stirling have a corner as Josh Ban, the captain, re-enters for those in white. Ban puts the block in. It comes around for Vanegas. Vanegas tries to drive through and look to help it onto Burnett, who delayed his run. Gomez just took his eye off the ball there for a moment. It happens. Cordova. Wesley Vanegas for Ban. Good idea, Cordova wasn't on the same page. Burnett. Good interception. Gatjens getting stuck in though. Gomez loses out to Ban. Chance for Burnett! And again Burnett! Off the line by Gomez. Egevarth made a brilliant initial save, but looks like he's winded or he got hit where you don't want to get hit in the process. He's in a lot of pain, but it should only be temporary. Rodrigo Silva, in fact it's Pablo Vargas on the pitch, just helping his goalkeeper out. So too Hernandez as well. Drop ball for the Condors. Long pass in for Ferrer. Well defended by Wesley Vanegas. Side ball for the Condors. They run over it and Gatjens smashes it into Vanegas, who's on the break. Ban to the back post and Burnett inches away from finishing. Gomez looks forward for Vera. Hernandez. Gatjens. Vera. Nice one too. Gatjens! Pulls one back for the Condors. Finesses it past Page after coming out on top in the 50-50. And it's a massive goal for them as they break the deadlock with 7.5 remaining in the first half. Pablo Vargas on the Condors bench has put the timeout card in. So they'll get that next time the ball goes out for their possession. Can they score another before they do so? Vera off Ban. Ban breaking forward for Vanegas. Ban slid away by Lad Erikovath. Side ball for Stirling. In the centre, Vanegas drags the effort wide. And it is a timeout for the Condors. Stirling lead 2-1 with 7 minutes left in the first half. Condors are on the ascendancy and perhaps using this break to make sure some of their better players stay rested so they can try pull back an equaliser before the break. Stirling with a chance to reconsolidate. They had the brighter of the start, scoring 2 goals early, but have been kept quiet for the last 7 or 8 minutes as they'll look to use this timeout to regroup and regain the momentum which saw them pick up the 2-goal lead, as they'll try and stop Condors from having any ideas of a comeback. We'll be back with you shortly. Straight away.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
Getting back. The referees call the sides back to the court. It will be Escobar, Ban, Alexander and Vanegas for Stirling. Vera, Hernandez, Gatjens and Gomez. So an unchanged lineup for the Condors. Escobar and Alexander come back on for Stirling in the break. Nice from Gomez to find Hernandez with space. He looks for Gatjens. Ban. Vanegas not on the same page there as Josh Ban. In the centre and the back row for Hernandez. Gatjens. Hernandez. For Gomez. Alexander. Forward through looking for Escobar. Condors win it back through Gatjens. And Gatjens back for Gomez. Gomez down the line. Hernandez now. Ban applying the pressure. Has to go back to Erikovath. Erikovath, long searching ball for Vera. Escobar puts his body on the line. Now comes short to receive. Josh Ban. Vanegas. Back to Ban. Vanegas again. Stirling keeping possession nicely. Ban. Brilliant run down the line. Has Escobar at the back post. Went for goal and Erikovath with a brilliant save. It was really poor defending from the Condors who just let Ban walk it down the line. A bit of miscommunication as to who was marking him, perhaps. Vanegas didn't catch it cleanly. The break's on for the Condors. Vera can't keep it in field. Vera makes way to the bench. Christian Zuluaga back on. So too Christian Castillo. Two players that can turn this game on its head. Condors will need them to show quality to try and restore parity before the break. Escobar, Ban, turns possession over. Chance now for Hernandez. Just couldn't reach it. Page happy to watch it over. JP Page, short for Ban. Vanegas. Back to Ban. Vanegas looks through for Ban. And Zuluaga pokes it over the line. Upfield it comes to Alexander. Now Oslin Escobar down the line, looking for Vanegas. Ekevarth fighting Zuluaga. Zuluaga trying to take it down the wing. Ball goes the way of Stirling. Decision overturned by a referee on the near side, Tom Glavic. Marin coming back on. He replaces Hernandez. Marin, Zuluaga, all rolled underfoot, but Ban had the last touch. Left for Castillo! Daggering ball to the back post. And on the follow-up, Gatchen's let fly. Corner ball for the Condors. With 4 minutes 50 left in this first half. They look to push for the equaliser. Gatchen's got the first of them. Now it's Zuluaga. Gatchen's. Zuluaga back to Gatchen's. Strong challenge from Oslin Escobar. Space for Castillo to shoot. Blocked by Alexander. Castillo. That's a good idea, trying to flick it through for Gatchen's. Jean-Paul Page. Short for Vanegas, who has time. Condors got the defense back. Confusion in the marking from the Condors, allowing Vanegas to get half a sniff. Vanegas has Escobar. Escobar goes for goal. Blocked by Christian Zuluaga. Poor ball, Vanegas. Condors on the break here through Marin. Again, it's Escobar applying the pressure to force the error. And he earns a sub. Cordova back on for Stirling. No Nicholas Canast in the Stirling side this evening, so quite a big out for them. So too Raul Pereira, both whom starred last week against the Cobras and played very good games. Canast getting the consolation goal. Pereira, one of the better performers on the night between both sides. And when you look at the acumen on display, Scott Rogan, Michael Newen, to be in and amongst the best players on the pitch, it wasn't an easy feat, but Raul Pereira is of that quality. So a massive pair of outs for Stirling tonight, but the players they have are performing well. Alexander, who perhaps came back into the side because of the omissions, has proved really handy on his return, scoring the second goal of the match. And here he is again. Good ball for Vanegas! And so close there. For Stirling's third was Wesley Vanegas. Alexander almost snatching an assist. Castillo. Marin, back to Castillo. Campisano does enough to find Castillo. Nice ball. Zuluaga turns and faces Ban, who blocks the pass. Zuluaga Tries to keep it in, only as far as Cordova, who read the pass well. Turnover again. Zuluaga. Brand new signing for Balga in the State League Division 2 this season. Zuluaga made the move after many seasons spent at Maddington, Kalamunda, White City. Josh Ban for Cordova, back to Ban. Cordova, Alexander. Wesley Vanegas. Cordova. Ban. Down the line, Vanegas has Cordova in support and finds him. Egervard, big save. Castillo does well. Marin on the break. Castillo. Ban, little back roll. Alexander to Vanegas, back to Alexander. Stirling driving forward. Great ball from Cordova to find Ban, who cuts inside. Let's fly. Egervard, save forced out of him with the left mitt. And it's Braza who call the timeout this time. They've been on the ascendancy. A couple of good chances for them. But perhaps a few players just needing a rest before the half. Approximately 3 minutes left to go in this first half. Stirling lead 2-1. We get play restarted here as we're back from the timeout break. Stirling currently lead the Condors 2-1 in the relegation battle. Very valuable 3 points up for grabs here tonight. Pilton replacing Alexander after the timeout. It's Juan Jaimez who replaced Cordova. He calls for the pass from Ban. Minute 45 left in this first period. Ball down the line. Vanegas reads well with a good interception. Juan Jaimez. Back rolls it for Ban. Now Pilton looks for Jaimez. Ball cut out, but only as far as Ban. Vanegas. Standing up Campusano. Well defended Campusano. Quintero tries to poke it through for Campusano. Ban. Now Jaimez. Jaimez. Good footwork. Still going. Powerful drive, but in at the near side there, Juan Jaimez. So tricky, the former Longobardi man. Castillo, another former Longobardi man, going against each other now. Good ball to Zuluaga. Should be a foul, surely it is in the end. Pilton, a judge to have used just a bit too much contact there. 56 seconds left in the half. Castillo. Poor ball across. Perhaps Campusano could have dropped a little deeper to provide the option. Ban. Vanegas. Up against Castillo. Looks for Jaimez down the line. Back across. Egervard. Sparks the break quickly. Campusano. Inside. Castillo. Zuluaga. Castillo. Zuluaga again. Ball through for Quintero, working close to the line. It does go over the line, but good pass from Christian Zuluaga to find the Condors. Number 3. Started off his career at the Condors, Julian Quintero, before making the big money move to Perth Galaxy. Won a Supa-Liga B in the 24-5 summer season with them before returning to his previous club. He's back in the first team. Has a really good shot on him. Julian Quintero, as he ends the first half with the ball at his feet. What an exciting first half that was in the relegation battle. Stirling currently lead the Condors 2-1 at the break. We'll be back shortly.
Berrion, and he did it! Yusuf Berrion! What a goal! What an absolute score of the century! Yusuf Berrion!
Now Toth moves the ball forward, he might shoot, here he does! And almost found that top left corner. For a moment I thought it was in, but forced it.
Futsal WA has social futsal competitions 5 nights a week, Mount Lawley and West Perth. Whether you're an individual or have a group of mates who want to play, there's a junior, men's, women's or mixed competition that will suit you. Contact us to get involved in futsal, an action-packed sport and the fastest growing sport in Australia.
What a brilliant contest we've had thus far. Just taking a look at the halftime statistics. You can't get a match much more evenly contested than what we've seen. Both sides with 10 shots, 4 on target. Condors have had 5 corners, Stirling with the 6. Possession does favour those in blue with 55%. And their slight edge in that regard may be for their slight edge on the scoreboard, but not when that happens. The Condors with a goal in the first 10 seconds of the second half, catching everybody off guard. It was Alejandro Hernandez with a good high press, winning the ball off, I think, Pilton, his last man, and just poking it beyond Page off the post and in, who did not have any chance to set.
John. Stop. Time is off. Still off.
Condors with the perfect start to their second half. Whatever Pablo Vargas and Rodrigo Silva said at the break has had immediate effect. Finlay Alexander looked like he went to the toilet quickly. Probably can't believe what he's just seen. And another chance, Gadgets! Oh, that's a brilliant save from Page. And again, Page with the double save, keeping Stirling paired at the moment. Chance now for Stirling, Pilton! End-to-end stuff. Pilton finishes unmarked at the back post. You've got to give a lot of credit there to Page. A double save, quick thinking with the distribution, and the Condors are caught out on the counter-attack. They were only level for mere moments. We had 3 goals in the whole first half. We've had 2 in the first 40 seconds of the second. Ball forward, cut out by Burnett. Vanegas working in a phone box that manages to hold on to possession for Stirling.
Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. That's how I saw it. Thank you.
In fact, it does stay with the Condors. Gatiens. Vera, ball to the back post. Cordova picking up the loose ball. Threaded through, but it rolls through to Leo Nakamura, who's changed with Derek Avath at the half-time break. Corner to come for the Condors. Perhaps they'll look to get the captain, Christian Gomez, shooting from distance on the left peg. They do. Gomez kicks it into the ground. Vanegas, Pilton in again here. Nakamura with a smart save to deflect the effort wide. Corner for Stirling. Vanegas has his effort blocked. On the break is Gomez. Gomez evades Vanegas, but it runs out of play in the end. Burnett quickly to Pilton. Nakamura for Hernandez. In the centre, Gomez, Hernandez. Can't get beyond Vanegas. Page being used to break the Condors' pressure. Page. Good idea with the pass, just didn't sit right for Vanegas, but Page struck it well. And that's the thing with John Paul Page. Not only is he a brilliant shot stopper, but his distribution via hand and foot is one of the best in the state. He'll be looking to push for selection for the New Zealand national team should they qualify for the next World Cup. And Page again has it. The one-handed throw is pinpoint to Pilton. It's well defended by Gatjens. Gomez. Back for Nakamura. Hernandez under pressure here. Gomez does well to keep it off Vanegas. Now they go back to Page. Short for Cordova. Cordova, Vanegas. Page wouldn't have been able to touch it. Burnett got there in time. Pilton, Burnett. Burnett can't find a way beyond Felipe Vera. Vanegas. From the centre to Cordova. Pilton. Great pass, but a brilliant acrobatic clearance from Felipe Vera. Cordova cuts inside. Sent behind with the block. Pilton in the centre rolls through for Vanegas. Ball back to Pilton. Cordova back to Vanegas. Cordova on it once more. Pilton. Vanegas under pressure here. Strong in the challenge when Hernandez on the break is Burnett. He fires just over. Vera and Hernandez off for the Condors. It's Castillo on with Christian Zuluaga. Two of their more potent goal scoring threats. Gomez. Castillo scored a brace last week against Phoenix. Go Castillo, that's good footwork. Try to help it on to Gomez. Ball perhaps just rolling out of play there. Juan James getting ready to re-enter on the Stirling touchline. He replaces Bailey Pilton. Ban for Vanegas. Ban back to Vanegas. Great return ball back to Ban. Who lets fly on the left boot, but wide of the target. Nakamura. For Marin. Campusano, Castillo, Marin. Pass into the centre was blocked. Ban, Burnett has it pitched off of him. Castillo, back rolled up for Marin. Turnover. Ban, Vanegas off the line, but poked in on the follow-up. Braza double the lead. It's another counter-attack. So clinical are they? It was Wesley Vanegas who drove the ball forward, played it to his left into the path of Ban, who squared it back to Vanegas. Initial effort was cleared off the line, but came straight back to him, and he just poked it beyond Nakamura on the follow-up. So Stirling lead by 2 goals for the second time in the match, but they had their earlier advantage pegged back square. So if the Condors have done it once, so they can do it again. However, they've got a job on their hands. They were level at the beginning of this second half, but a couple of turnovers have proved costly for the Marin. Driving forward. Alexander for James. Ban, Burnett appeals for a free kick. Go unanswered. Condors break away with possession. Campusano. Ban. We'll go all the way back to Camposano. Castillo. Down the line. Zuluaga look for the return. Burnett. Nice ball into Jaimes. Braza sending runners forward. Jaimes. Couple blue shirts around him. Good switch of play. Marin. Losing out. Burnett to Josh Ban. Back to Alexander. Ban again. Long ball forward. Chance for Jaimes. Looked to flick it around Nakamura and was late on Zuluaga. The free kick has been called. First foul of this second half. Goes against Stirling. Marin in search of Zuluaga. His touch let him down. It was a good pass from Marin. Across to Alexander. Josh Ban. Back to Alexander. Ban. Dribbles across goal. Almost a turnover again directly in front. This time sent away with the block for a corner. Juan Jaimes makes way to the bench. Vanegas back on field for Stirling. Upfield for Castillo. Looks to cut it back. Only as far as Finn Alexander. Driving forward. That's a good ball. Vanegas. Real chance for Stirling. Escobar! Alexander finishes from point blank range at the back post. Extends Stirling's lead to 3. And gets his second goal of the game. Stirling lead the Condors 5-2. They're going to have to dig deep. It's another counter-attack which has proved costly. The initial turnover did come from the corner. Castillo's lost out for the hat-trick. Alexander was in again. This time Nakamura had other ideas. Quintero. Castillo. Poor ball, Castillo. This is where the Condors have to keep their heads and not let matters go from bad to worse. They've conceded the last 3 on the bounce. Down for Escobar. And Escobar perhaps did a bit too much there. Falls to Alexander. That's the on-runner Ban. Alexander still going. Ban across. Escobar went in strong and caught Quintero late there. Receives the yellow card from Tom Glavovich to no complaints. And Condors get their second foul on the board. So not in foul trouble yet, Stirling, but 1 or 2 more and they could be. And the score prediction is right on from Brzezisk. He predicted 5-3 to Stirling. Apparently 5-2 at the moment. So if the Condors get the next goal, could get the prediction correct. It's looking like at least the result will be correct as Braza are comfortable in this game at the moment. Escobar. And check back inside and receive. Lost out though. Zuluaga goes in hard on Vanegas and comes away with it. He's going to get penalised there for holding the ball on the ground between his legs. Harsh on Zuluaga there, who's just battling for it for his team, and you sometimes do see players get away with it, but perhaps is on the ground for just a second too long. Hilton. Escobar. Looked inside for Vanegas. Couldn't connect with Stirling, number 16. Pisano, good ball. Gomez, Braza, get numbers back well. Campisano, Gomez, standing up Hilton one-on-one. Back for Zuluaga. Condors moving the ball well here. Can they have it result in a chance on goal? Zuluaga is being pressed with no options. Has to go back to Nakamura. They left him stranded there, the Condors, but showed quality and did well to keep possession. Gomez, real chance! Just pulls the effort wide. Christian Gomez with a golden opportunity driving through the centre. He just drops at the shoulder so well, so deceptively. And he parted the Stirling defence like the Red Sea. Return ball for Pilton. Didn't come off. Escobar will get it back though. Vanagas look to drive it inside the area. Vera working right on the line. Condors maintain possession to Vanagas's dismay. Gomez for Quintero. Campisano, Trevella pass looking for Vera. Cordoba. Vanagas. Ban. Shots now! Quintero! Big save from John Paul Page to keep the 3-goal lead intact. Golden chance for Quintero. Condors have had 2 really good chances. Now Stirling on the break. Ban picks up the loose ball. Pilton across! Vanagas again! Could have been 5-3. It's 6-2 now. Stirling punish. Vanagas with his 2nd goal of the game. A brilliant finish into the far corner. Nothing Nakamura could do as he was coming across his goal line. It came back to where he was moving from. No chance at reacting. Pinpoint accuracy into the corner from the Stirling talisman. It looks like they're on track to getting their 2nd win of the season. It could be 7 here. Vanagas keeps it alive. James Vanagas, and he finishes again for the hat-trick. Wesley Vanagas is running amok here at Perth Modern tonight. 3 second-half goals. Condors put the timeout card in. It was much needed. Probably should have been put in earlier. Out for the timeout as they look to regroup and try and work out where it all went wrong. Stirling will be as positive as you like in their huddle, as they are 5 goals to the good and on track for victory number 2 of season 25-26. Moments away from getting back underway in the final clash of the night. Stirling, after being level with the Condors. 10 seconds into the second half. Currently find themselves 5 goals to the good. An amazing performance from Wesley Vanegas has turned this game on its head. Number 3, Finlay Alexander has been good also, netting a brace. The other goal scorers were Pilton and Oslin Escobar for Stirling. For the Condors, Gatiens and Hernandez have 1 each, and they've got a lot of work to do. Potentially a chance for the fly goalkeeper to come out as they still do have time. Ten and a half minutes for the Condors to attempt to rectify things. It's an uphill battle from here. Gomez, the captain. Ball inside for Pilton, who picks up well. Quintero strong in the challenge, only as far as Escobar. As Alexander rather deflects off Gatiens, it will be a Stirling corner. Alexander for the hat-trick. Tipped over by Nakamura. Side ball on the far side for Stirling. Cordova losing out. Quintero, ball rolling underfoot. Gatiens. Gomez. Quintero. Big Gomez. Back to Quintero. Quintero's ball falls short. Chance now, overlapping run. Alexander cuts inside. And salvages another corner for Stirling. He will try and make it count from the set play. Ball inside. Vera. Back to Nakamura. Now for Gatiens. Across to Vera. Ball down the line. Christian Gomez. As his pass smothered by Finn Alexander. Left for Vera, who looks for the back post. Deflected away by Stirling. Chance now for Gomez to load the cannon, or perhaps to run the same set play again. In fact, it is a corner. No, it is a deep side ball, actually. What can the Condors muster up here? Gomez, squared for Vera, shoots on goal, it deflects just wide. Page reacted to the initial effort. The deflection could have gone anywhere, but in relieving fashion for the Stirling defence, it goes out for that over corner for those in blue. Upfield it comes, Vera lets fly, chance in the box for Gatiens. Cordova flicks it overhead. Gomez first responded, brings it back in for the Condors. Gomez, and now for Julian Quintero, being pressed high here. Gomez, back to goal, does well. Cordova, Condors trying to win it up high, and still a chance in front of goal. Burnett, losing out in the end, but foul has been given for the initial challenge. There was no advantage. To be taken by Fabio Cordova. Now it's Burnett, back to Cordova. Alexander almost giving it away at the back there. John Paul Page, good throw again. Brilliant chest control, Cordova. Cordova under pressure here. Alexander has space. Cordova, pass blocked. Gatiens couldn't control. Ban across to Pilton. In the centre. Good pass, Gomez. Chance for Quintero. Cuts the back. Ferrer, surely. Big save, Page. Gomez. And again, blocked. Cleared off the line. Quintero squares it. And it goes beyond everyone. The Condors have to be kicking themselves. How did they not get a goal there? They think it should have been their ball in that position going against them also. They'll feel hard done by. Ban, long ball. Long throw. Hilton. Josh Ban. Long ball, Pilton looks to flick it on with the header. Couldn't quite reach it in time. Gartiens, ball to the line, Ferrer, immediate pressure on him. As well to dribble back toward his goal and find Gomez. Gomez back for Felipe Vera. Good first time ball to Quintero. Quintero, that's magical! Page again. Refusing to be beaten, John Paul Page. Would have travelled with Western Australia to the Football Australia Nationals this year had WA got the team together, and he's showing exactly why. Stirling on the break. Hilton's pass for Ban is picked up by Gomez. Quintero, that's a lovely ball. Inside Ferrer, Gomez! And again, marginally wide, Condors applying a lot of forward pressure here, but it may be too late. Vanagas on the big gun now for Stirling. He'll be searching for a fourth goal of the game. Jaimez. Jaimez still going. Still going. Surely not. It's the side netting. Corner to come for Stirling. John Paul Page having a chat with the referee, just fixing up his goal. Corner for Stirling. They go all the way back to Ban, who's outside of shooting range. Cordova looked for the roulette. Almost came off it, just running out of play. 6 minutes left in the clash. Hernandez to Christian Gomez. Ball down the line. Christian Castillo now passes across to Hernandez. Christian Gomez. Gomez. Campesano looked for the return ball. JP Page long to the pivot. Lovely layoff, Vanagas. Looking for the fourth goal. Gomez looked through for Campesano. Vanagas again, causing this Condors defence all kind of problems. Cordova, body feints and cuts inside. Jaimez passes out to Ban, who was looking for that top right. Nakamura with a good save with the left palm. Marin back on for the Condors. Comes upfield, Cordova, big save Nakamura. Danger not averted yet though. Vanagas still pressing for it. Marin just going out of play there on the far wing. Jaimez. Cordova. Josh Ban. Marin almost intercepted it. Braza on the break. Vanagas. Surely you couldn't, Vanagas. Looks to square it. Jaimez strong on the challenge, losing out to Castillo though. Hernandez. Hernandez with the roulette. Couldn't get beyond Vanagas. The Hawks play. Vanegas. Lovely ball through. Jaimez looked to take it beyond Castillo, but couldn't. Castillo does well under the pressure to find Marin, who just about keeps it in play. Passes back to Castillo. Ball across to Campesano now. Campesano, Castillo. Long diagonal. Ban heads clear. Jaimez back to Ban. Vanegas. Ban. Nice ball across. Vanegas. Ban chips it over the top. Might sit nicely for Jaimez on the volley. Not a bad effort from Juan Jaimez, looking for Cordova in the box, and it was blocked well by Castillo. Ball over the top for Ban. Shoots from distance. Marin blocks. Cordova with time and space. Inside. Jaimez back for JP Page. Ban for Fabio Cordova. Down the line for Vanegas for 4. Looks to cut it back. Another corner for Stirling. Pass inside, trying to find Escobar. Good ball through, Castillo. Well defended Escobar. Vanegas to Ban. Vanegas under pressure here. Ban, long ball. Nakamura, short for Hernandez. Are the Condors going to bring out a fly goalkeeper? Doesn't look like it at the moment. Hernandez. Zuluaga back on field for one last save. 3 minutes and just over. Side ball for those in blue on the far wing. Another chance now for them to work Page and pull back what would probably only be consolation. Castillo needs support. Finds it in Campesano. Castillo, that's a lovely one too. The ball forward was poor, couldn't find Zuluaga. Braza on the breakthrough against 2. Jaimez has Escobar teeing up at the back post. The ball just got beyond him. 2 minutes and 45. Hernandez, Zuluaga. In the centre, Christian Castillo, back to Zuluaga. Vanegas receives in front of Campesano. Vanegas for Escobar. Ban. Escobar makes the run and gets it in behind for the second. One back well by Hernandez. Claudio Campesano. Zuluaga. Campesano once more. Christian Zuluaga again. Looks for the outside of the foot pass through. 3 against 2 again for Braza. Escobar, surely now, cuts inside, lays it off. Jaimez trying to set Vanegas up for a 4th. Should have taken it first time. Chance goes begging for Stirling. Vanegas asking him why he did what he did there. Goal difference is important in this league, and Stirling could have been ahead by 6. Vera back on for the Condors for the closing stages of this contest. 1 minute 35. Vera trying to beat Vanegas. Vanegas read the move well. And the timeout is called by Stirling. They are 5 goals to the good as they lead 7-2 with 90 seconds left in the contest. What a performance it's been from them. Vanegas has a hat-trick. Alexander with a brace, singles each for Pilchin and Oslan Escobar. It's been a tough evening for the Condors, who have played well in patches, but conceded 5 goals in pretty quick succession at the midpoint of the second half. 2 goal scorers for them, Sebastian Gatjens and Alejandro Hernandez. We'll be back with you shortly. They're into fly goalkeeper Josh Ban, standing over halfway. Interesting, looks like they're just practicing some fly goalkeeper. Even whilst leading 7 goals to 2, Ban makes the change, Page back on.
Josh, no, can't do this, Josh. Bib.
Vera once more. Hernandez rolls underfoot this time, Vera. Through to Valder Ekavath. Vera. Chip forward, Zuluaga. Little bobbling header, seal dribble, Zuluaga wins it up high, surely now. Guardians, Zuluaga, still Zuluaga. In a tussle for it right in front of the tee. Zuluaga does really well to still hang on to it. And will win a corner for those in blue. Alexander coming back on for the final 19 seconds of the match. And Vera can Condors work one last big chance. Alexander, chance now, Zuluaga, Page coming off his line, goalie run, he can set Vanagas up for his 4th, looks for him, Egavath, open goal, can they find it? Hernandez. Time runs out as he went to pull the trigger. A big victory for Stirling tonight. They are 7-2 victors. Vanagas was man of the match with a hat-trick. Alexander was good as well. He got 2. Escobar and Pilton will round out the scorers for Stirling, but it was a very big performance from JP Page in the Braza goal as well. Can't underestimate the impact he had on the clash. For the Condors, it's back to the drawing board after yet another defeat. They will finish the round at the foot of the table once again, and despite showing plenty of positive signs in patches, it's going to be about finding that fluidity throughout the entirety of the contest as they will look to regroup into next week and hopefully pick up a win. Thank you for joining me throughout.